everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we are going to check out the coolest stuff happening in AI.
You know, the things you won't want to miss.
Exactly. It's a constantly changing world.
Definitely right.
And, it's important for everyone to understand how it's affecting them.
Yeah, totally. And it's not just for tech people anymore. AI is really becoming relevant for everyone.
Right.
We'll look at startups and then the big tech companies, plus some of the ethical things to think about, which are getting more and more important.
Okay, so let's kick things off with some awesome startups that are using AI in really cool ways.
Okay.
One that really impressed me is Synapse Solutions.
I've heard of them.
They're building these personalized learning platforms that are like having an AI tutor.
Oh, wow.
Can you imagine having a tutor that adapts to how you learn best and helps you learn anything at your own pace?
That would be amazing, like a personalized education for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. It could completely change education.
Yeah.
Especially for students who, maybe don't do so well in a traditional classroom, like kids with learning disabilities.
Right.
Or those who just learn differently.
Yeah, definitely.
It would give them a real chance to succeed.
And it's not just the students. AI could even help teachers,
Oh, yeah.
like personalizing lesson plans for a whole class.
That would save so much time.
Yeah, and it would give them more time to actually work with each student.
That's a great point. AI could be a huge help for both students and teachers,
Absolutely.
making education better and easier for everyone.
Mm.
And it's not just Synapse Solutions.
Oh, there's more.
There are so many others, like Artisan AI.
What do they do?
They help small businesses automate all that social media stuff.
Oh, that's smart.
Right. For busy business owners, that could save so much time.
For sure.
They can focus on actually running their businesses.
Definitely.
Oh, and another one, BioMind Dynamics.
What about them?
They're using AI to speed up how we discover new drugs.
That's amazing. Like, imagine finding life-saving medicines so much faster.
It really shows you how AI is being used in such different ways.
Yeah, and impactful ways, too.
Absolutely. But now let's switch gears and talk about the big names in AI,
Okay.
like OpenAI, the company behind those crazy language models everyone's talking about.
Well, yeah, like ChatGPT.
Exactly. Well, they're doing some really cool stuff. They recently opened up their API.
What does that mean?
Basically, it means that more developers can use their powerful AI tech to build new things.
That's pretty huge. So OpenAI is basically making AI more accessible.
Right. So it's not just these big companies controlling everything.
Right.
Smaller companies and individual developers can get in on the action too.
That's awesome.
So what does all of this actually mean for us? What kind of cool things could we see in the near future?
Well, just think about it. AI could help us write emails that actually sound good,
Fine line.
compose music, even design websites.
You're telling me AI could help me design a website?
It's possible. We could have AI assistants that are so smart they understand what we like and what we need.
Wow. That sounds incredible. So it's not all about robots taking over the world.
Not at all.
AI can actually make our lives easier and more fun.
Exactly. The possibilities are endless. And it's not just OpenAI. Other companies like NVIDIA are pushing the limits of what AI can do.
NVIDIA?
Yeah, they're known for their crazy, powerful GPUs.
GPUs?
Yeah. Those are the things that power AI, and they're making them faster and better all the time.
So basically, the better the GPUs, the smarter the AI.
Pretty much.
Makes sense. What are the other big companies, like Microsoft and IBM?
Well, Microsoft is putting AI into all their office stuff, Word, Excel, all that.
Oh, wow.
Which could make work way less of a pain.
I like the sound of that.
Imagine having AI tools that help you write better, analyze data, and even do all those boring, repetitive tasks.
That would be a game changer.
Right. And IBM is all about AI solutions for businesses.
Oh, really? Like what kind?
Especially in cybersecurity and data analysis, with all the data being created these days.
It's crazy how much data there is.
I know, right? AI is becoming essential for businesses to understand all that data and to protect themselves from hackers.
So AI is not just about cool gadgets.
Definitely not.
It's a crucial tool for businesses to be more efficient and safe.
Absolutely. And all of this is happening because so many things are coming together at the same time, like new AI algorithms.
Algorithms.
Yeah, like the brains of AI
Right.
and the massive amount of data we have to train these algorithms,
Right.
plus the fact that computers are getting so much more powerful.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All these things are making AI progress faster and faster.
And it's giving those big tech companies a lot of power to shape the future of AI.
That's right.
Okay, so we've talked about the awesome startups and the big tech companies.
Yeah.
But what about the research labs? the ones pushing the boundaries of what AI can do, like
Oh,
DeepMind.
yeah. Dude,
They're known for their groundbreaking work.
yeah.
They're doing some really interesting things with what they call AI agents.
AI agents, what are those?
Basically, AI systems that can do tasks and make decisions on their own.
Oh, wow.
DeepMind is creating agents that can reason and plan in really complex situations.
So they're like little AI brains that can solve problems.
Yeah. Imagine AI managing traffic in a
It's pretty
city,
amazing.
or making buildings use less energy, or even helping businesses make big decisions.
So AI agents could be making our lives easier behind the scenes.
Exactly. It's like having a super intelligent assistant for everything.
That's a great way to put it.
What are some other examples of how these AI agents could affect our daily lives?
Well, think about your commute and commuted. AI could control traffic flow in real time.
So no more traffic jams.
Maybe it could make your commute way faster and less stressful.
I'd love that.
Right. Or imagine AI managing your home.
Like a super smart home.
Yeah, adjusting the temperature and lights to save you money and be better for the planet.
That sounds awesome. Feels like AI agents could make our lives so much smoother and easier.
Definitely. It's like having a team of invisible helpers making everything run perfectly.
I love that idea. But with all this talk about AI getting smarter and more independent, it makes you wonder about the potential downsides. Like, what about jobs? Are we all going to be replaced by robots?
That's a big question, and it's one we need to think about carefully. It's true that AI can automate some jobs,
Right.
which could change the job market. But it's important to remember that throughout history, new technologies have always changed how we work.
Yeah, that's true.
New jobs are created, old jobs change, and the economy adapts.
So you're saying that while some jobs might disappear,
Yeah,
AI will also create new ones.
absolutely. Think about all the jobs that didn't exist before the internet.
Good point.
Web developers, social media managers, data analysts.
Right.
These jobs were created as technology changed. Just like that, AI will create new jobs we can't even imagine yet.
That's an interesting way to think about it. It's all about adapting and being open to new things. But even if new jobs are created, what happens to the people whose jobs are replaced by AI? How do we make sure they're not left behind?
That's where education and retraining come in. We need to help people learn the skills they need to succeed in this new world.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And we need to make sure everyone has access to these programs, no matter their background or income.
So we need to think differently about work and education.
Exactly.
We can't just stick to the old ways.
We need to be ready for the changes AI will bring.
It sounds like being proactive and embracing lifelong learning is key.
Totally. The skills that are in high demand today might not be needed tomorrow.
True.
So we need to be constantly learning and evolving.
Okay, so we've talked about AI making our lives easier and changing the way we work. But what about entertainment? How is AI changing how we create and enjoy things like movies, music, and games?
AI is already having a huge impact on the entertainment industry. Just look at streaming services like Netflix and Spotify.
Yeah, I love those.
They use AI to give you personalized recommendations,
Right.
making it easier to find new stuff you'll actually like.
Those recommendations are sometimes scary good.
I know, right? AI is also being used to make totally new forms of entertainment.
Really?
Like, there are platforms that use AI to make music,
Oh,
write stories, and even create art.
So you're saying AI could write the next hit song or
Yeah.
paint a masterpiece?
It's definitely possible. AI is a tool, and in the right hands, it can be super creative.
That's amazing. But it's not just about making new stuff right. AI is also changing how we experience the entertainment we already have.
Exactly. Think about video games.
Okay.
AI is being used to create more realistic and immersive experiences.
Yeah, the characters are getting so much smarter.
Right. They're not so predictable anymore, which makes the games more challenging and fun.
Definitely. And in movies and TV,
Yeah.
AI is being used to make special effects look even better,
Oh, yeah.
to create realistic digital characters, and even generate whole scenes.
That's incredible.
So AI is taking entertainment to a whole new level.
It really is. But are there any downsides? Like, will all this AI-generated stuff end up being repetitive or lack that human touch? That's a valid concern. It's important to remember that AI is just a tool.
Right.
The quality of what it creates depends on the person using it.
That makes sense.
AI can help us be more creative and efficient,
Yeah.
but it can't replace human creativity and ingenuity completely. It's all about finding the right balance between humans and machines.
I agree. We need to embrace the possibilities AI offers,
Definitely.
while also remembering how important the human touch is in art and entertainment. Speaking of embracing possibilities, let's talk about something that sounds straight out of a sci-fi movie. AI-generated video.
This is a fast-moving field with huge potential.
Yeah, I'm really interested in this one.
We can now make realistic videos just by typing a few words or drawing a simple sketch. Imagine creating your own animated movie just by describing what you want to see.
Wow, that's mind-blowing. What could we use this technology for?
The possibilities are pretty much endless. Like in filmmaking, you could use it to make incredible visual effects or even whole scenes without needing expensive sets and actors.
So you're saying we could make entire movies with AI?
It's getting closer. And think about education. AI could make learning materials way more engaging and interactive.
Right?
And in advertising, it could create personalized ads that really connect with people.
It sounds like this tech could change so many industries.
It really could.
Yeah.
But just like with other AI advancements, there are potential risks too.
Like what?
Well, one big concern is misuse, especially when it comes to deepfakes.
Deepfakes?
Yeah, those are AI-generated videos that can be used to spread fake news or hurt someone's reputation.
Oh, wow, that's scary.
We need to find ways to detect these deepfakes and stop them from spreading.
Right.
But we also need to make sure that people can still use this technology for good.
It's a tough balance to strike.
It is. It's like walking a tightrope.
Yeah.
We want to encourage innovation, but also protect people from harm.
It sounds like the companies making these technologies have a big responsibility.
They do. They need to develop and use AI ethically and responsibly.
For sure.
But it's not just up to them. Governments, policymakers, and even individuals all have a role to play.
So it's a collective effort.
Absolutely. We need to have open and honest conversations about the potential benefits and risks of AI and work together to make sure it's used for good.
I completely agree. Okay, so we've talked about AI's impact on education, work, and entertainment.
Yeah.
What about our personal lives?
Good question.
How is AI changing how we interact with the world around us?
AI is becoming more and more a part of our daily lives,
Sure.
often in ways we don't even realize. Think about the smart assistants on our phones.
Oh, yeah, like Siri and Alexa?
Exactly, or those personalized recommendations we get from online stores.
Yeah, and those navigation apps that help us avoid traffic.
All of these things are powered by AI, and they're making our lives easier and more efficient.
You're right. I use those tools all the time without even thinking about the AI behind them.
Most people do.
What are some other examples of AI in our everyday lives?
Well, how about healthcare? AI is being used to diagnose diseases,
Wow.
create personalized treatment plans, and even help surgeons during complicated surgeries.
That's incredible.
It's also being used to keep track of our health and warn us about potential problems before they get serious.
That's amazing. It sounds like AI has the power to completely change healthcare.
It really does, making it more accessible and effective for everyone.
And what about personal finance? Can AI help us manage our money better?
Absolutely. There are apps that use AI to track your spending,
Oh, cool.
create budgets, and even invest your savings.
So AI can help me save money and maybe even get rich.
It can definitely help you make smarter financial decisions.
I'm all ears. And what about transportation? I've heard so much about self-driving cars.
Yeah, that's a big one. AI is being used to develop self-driving cars,
Wow.
which could totally change how we get around.
That's a pretty futuristic idea.
Yeah.
What are the pros and cons of self-driving cars?
Well, the pros are pretty significant. They could reduce accidents, make traffic flow better, and help people who can't drive themselves get around more easily.
That all sounds great.
But there are also challenges like making sure they're safe and reliable,
Yeah, that's important.
and figuring out how to deal with tricky ethical situations.
Like what?
For example, if a self-driving car has to choose between hitting a pedestrian or swerving and hitting a wall.
Oh, wow. That's a tough one.
And of course, there are concerns about people losing their jobs in the transportation industry.
Right.
So it seems like self-driving cars are still a work in progress.
But the potential is definitely exciting.
For sure.
So we've covered a lot of ground today, from AI tutors to self-driving cars.
We have.
It's clear that AI is already having a big impact on our lives.
Absolutely.
And it's only going to get bigger in the years to come. What are some key takeaways you hope our listeners will remember from this discussion?
I think the most important thing to remember is that AI is a powerful tool.
It really is.
It can be used for good or for bad. It's up to us as a society to decide how we want to use it and make sure it benefits everyone.
That's a big responsibility.
It is.
Yeah.
We need to be informed, engaged, and willing to have those tough conversations about the ethical side of AI.
I completely agree. It's not just about the technology itself.
Well-
It's about how we choose to use it and what values we build into it. Okay, so before we move on, I want to go back to something we talked about earlier, the potential impact of AI on jobs.
Yeah.
It's a topic that comes up a lot. And it's understandable why some people are worried,
Definitely.
but you seem to be pretty optimistic about it.
I am, and here's why. Every time there's been a major technological change in history, people have worried about losing their jobs.
Right.
And while it's true that some jobs have been automated, new jobs have always popped up to replace them.
Like what?
Think about the Industrial Revolution.
Okay.
The invention of cars, the rise of the internet.
Right.
All of these things led to big changes in the job market.
Yeah, they did.
But they also created tons of new opportunities.
So you're saying that history shows us that we're good at adapting to change.
Exactly. We're a resourceful and innovative species. We find ways to adapt, learn new skills, and create new industries. I believe the same will happen with AI.
That's reassuring. But it's not just about individuals adapting, right? What about governments and businesses? What's their role in making this transition to an AI-powered world smoother?
They have a crucial role. Governments need to invest in education and retraining programs so people can develop the skills needed for the jobs of the future.
So like future-proofing the workforce.
Exactly. They also need to think about policies that can help workers adapt, like providing income support during times of unemployment or exploring new ways of working like job sharing or universal basic income.
Those are some interesting ideas. And what about businesses?
Businesses need to be proactive about retraining their employees and creating new opportunities for them.
That makes sense.
They also need to be aware of the ethical implications of AI and make sure they're using it fairly, transparently, and responsibly.
So everyone has a part to play in shaping the future of AI.
We all do.
It's not just about the tech itself.
Right.
It's about how we use it and the values we build into it.
Absolutely. Exactly. It's not just about the tech, it's about the people using it and the choices they make. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive. We've talked about the exciting advancements in AI, the potential benefits and risks, and the importance of being ethical.
Yeah.
What are your final thoughts for our listeners as we wrap up this episode?
Yeah, it's been a wild ride.
It has. My final thought is this AI is incredibly powerful, and it has the potential to change our world in amazing ways.
No doubt about that.
But it's up to us to decide what kind of world we want to create with it.
You're right. We have a choice.
Exactly. We need to approach AI with both excitement and caution.
I like that balance.
We should embrace the amazing opportunities it offers,
For sure.
but also be aware of the challenges. By working together, we can make sure AI is used to create a future that's fair, just, and sustainable for everyone.
That's a great goal. Well said. It's been a fascinating and thought-provoking conversation.
I agree.
I hope our listeners feel inspired to learn more about AI and to join the conversation about how it's shaping our lives.
Me too. The future of AI isn't set in stone. It's a future that we're all creating together.
That's a powerful thought.
It is. By staying informed, talking about it, and taking action, we can shape AI in a way that benefits humanity.
So it's not just about watching from the sidelines.
Nope. It's about getting involved and making our voices heard.
I love that message. So I encourage everyone listening to dive in, explore, and be a part of this incredible journey.
It's an exciting time to be alive, and AI is a big part of that excitement.
It really is. Well, it's been a pleasure chatting with you today.
Same here.
And to all our listeners out there, thanks for tuning in to the Deep Dive. We'll see you next time for another deep dive into the world of AI. Okay, we've talked about a lot, but it feels like there's still so much more to explore.
There is. It's such a fast-moving field. There's always something new to discover.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why I think these conversations are so important.
I agree.
We need to keep talking about not just the technical stuff, but also how AI is affecting society and the ethical questions it raises.
Absolutely. And that's something everyone can do. You don't need to be a tech expert to have an opinion and to make your voice heard.
So what can our listeners do to make sure AI is used for good?
Well, first, stay informed. There's so much information out there, books, articles, podcasts that can help you understand the basics of AI and the issues surrounding it.
Do you have any recommendations?
Oh, definitely. AI for Everyone by Andrew Ng is a great starting point. It explains complex ideas in a way that anyone can understand, even if you're not a tech person.
Cool. I'll check that out.
And there are podcasts like, well, this one, The Deep Dive, that explore different aspects of AI in a fun and accessible way.
Hey, thanks for the shout out. So stay informed. What else?
Talk about it. Have conversations with your friends, family, colleagues about AI. Share what you're learning. Ask questions, and don't be afraid to voice your concerns. The more we talk about these things, the better equipped we'll be to make smart decisions about the future of AI.
It's all about starting a dialogue. Not just assuming that AI is something happening out there that we have no control over.
Exactly. And you can also support organizations that are working to make sure AI is developed and used responsibly. There are groups fighting for ethical AI, promoting AI education, and trying to reduce the potential risks. Your support can really make a difference.
That's a great point. It's not just about talking, it's about taking action. What about people who are worried about AI taking their jobs? Any advice for them?
It's natural to feel worried, but honestly, I think there's more reason to be hopeful.
Okay, I'm listening.
As we've discussed, AI will create new jobs and opportunities. The key is to be prepared. Embrace lifelong learning, develop new skills, and be open to new possibilities. The future belongs to those who are adaptable and willing to change.
So don't be afraid to try new things and step outside your comfort zone.
Exactly. This is a really exciting time to be alive. AI has the potential to solve some of the world's biggest problems and create a better future for everyone. But it's up to us to make that happen.
I love that. We have the power to shape the future of AI.
We do. It's not something that's just going to happen to us. It's something we're all creating together.
That's a really empowering message.
Yeah.
But we've covered a lot of ground today, from startups to tech giants, the benefits and risks of AI, and the importance of ethical considerations. What's the one thing you hope our listeners will take away from this deep dive?
That's a good question. I think the most important thing is that the future of AI isn't set in stone. It's a future we're all building together.
That's a great way to put it.
By staying informed, having these conversations, and taking action, we can shape AI to benefit humanity. So dive in, explore, and be a part of this amazing journey.
That's a fantastic note to end on. Thanks so much for joining us today for this deep dive into the world of AI.
It was my pleasure.
We hope you found it informative and thought-provoking and maybe even a little bit inspiring.
I hope so too.
And remember, the future of AI is in our hands. Let's make it a good one. Thanks for listening, everyone.